Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So another garden resilience update for all of you who do follow my gardening adventures. Again, a lot of things are changing, things are constantly evolving. So today is going to be a busy day. We're now beginning of March and well, we've been blessed with yet another day, what looks like a full day of sunshine. It is pretty much now sound a bit unheard of. Anyway, we all know guys what's currently happening in the world. And I cannot think or cannot feel that it feels like it's actually the world is falling apart. We have so many things that are currently happening that is absolutely ridiculous. We're expecting so many more price hikes and everything else, and God knows what's actually coming. So again, the gives me that big kick up the bum to come back to the garden and continue doing what I'm doing. So we are in the beginning of March, so this is the perfect timing for you guys to start planting whatever you're planting. I've making other changes yet again as I go along because with what the predictions are and everything else. So I'm going to show you now what I'm going to be planting. I think where I'm going to be planting. I'm going to show you my messy garden, messy greenhouse, and yeah, I'm going to talk to you about certain seeds and certain things I decided not to plant because although it's very important to have the access to your own food, but when you're limited space, you have to sort of take a priority over certain crops, in my opinion anyway. So without further ado, let's go. Right, so I tried to make the headway of with the garden, and I just feel it is taking over. But nonetheless, right, I've started to, as I showed you probably before, mulching my fruit bushes, and we're getting through. Look, we are starting to bud, which is absolutely amazing. So my beds in there are getting tidier. It just seems to be taking forever to get this right. So this is my big bed, what I had tomatoes in. It's now getting filled with mint again. I spent a long time last year digging all this out, and clearly you can see it's taken over. So it's going to be digging it out, and I'm going to be keeping this as a tomato and herb bed, just less mint. The bed's there, right? I've taken off the backing because I found that was really annoying. So my idea is, so their bed there going to be full of tomatoes like it was last year. I had sweet milling in there, which did absolutely amazingly well. And this bed here, I think we're going to have peas, we're going to have beans, and maybe small amount of root vegetables. Right here, we're going to have tomatoes again, because I've got the support up there. So they're going to be tied up, so that's going to be that. Right here, I'm not sure. I had some rocket, some lettuce before, so that's going to be going in here. My tree cabbage will have to go somewhere. Somewhere I can protect it with netting for the summer. Right, I've got artichoke coming back and the rocket. Rocket is something I plan to grow off a lot because, again, it's got a huge amount of health benefits. You can stir fry with it. It's great. And the wild rocket seems to self-seed really well. That's why you can see it's in an awkward place. Right, so this is my messy part, and I don't like showing this, but it's far better than it was a couple of days ago. Chicken coop there, and the mess over there. It's stinking, it's muddy, it just gets really bad. So in the greenhouse, right, so far, I need to get it all out and get it cleaned up. It's been super wet. You can see I've got like greenery growing everywhere, which is not really healthy. I've got my lettuces starting to crop up. I've got chard, wild rockets. I think that's another type of lettuce there. Where is it? Oh yeah, here we are. Look. And generally today is going to be, let's fill a lot of pots. Let's get going. And I show you the seeds as well. So then, this is my second greenhouse. And I would like your advice on that, right? Before, you remember me having plant pots with the tomatoes. I'm thinking of buying one of those metal beds, raised beds like I've got in the middle there, just to have it on the side of the greenhouse. And I'm thinking it might be a good idea, but greenhouse is on a concrete. So let me know what your thoughts are. It's very cheap. They're like under 40 quid for one half. I'm hoping it's a good idea, but I don't know. Let me know, guys, what you think. All right, so I'm going to be sweeping all of that. I need to be weeding all of those pots there. Rhubarb there. I think I had some potatoes that have been dug out by somebody. And generally, it's a mess, but the plan is there. Right, the plan is there. So I've got some chives here. You can see that's coming back, which is good. And raspberries that need pruning. So basically, there we are here. So now let's talk about planting. And I do apologize about this big yellow ball that is shining in my face because it's just right there. It's rather amazing, but still takes a lot getting used to. Nonetheless, sarcasm out of the way. Let's talk about the planting. And this year, I'm finding this is not the year of experimenting with the produce. Okay, I just don't feel this is the correct time. I think the time is when you can experiment, when you know things are hanky-dory, you're giving this a go. Absolutely fine. Now, pretty much the world is going to the shit. I think is really important just to get to the core of what you eat. Stop the experimenting and leave this for next year. Let's just build the resilience around the most common things. So things I'm not growing this year, I'm just done with brassicas. I've said this, I think, last year. I still got the kale growing because it was overwintered from last year, but no more brassicas. Just no cabbages, no cauliflower. It's just they seem to be taking space, taking a lot of space, they take a lot of time, and then end up getting eaten by the caterpillars anyway. So I find this absolutely out of the question for me. It is not something that's worthy, right? I'm not doing onions because, again, normally I buy sets and it is rather expensive. You can buy the onions from Lidl for like 65p for a kilo for the rose onions, and they're absolutely fine, and they do store for a very, very long time. On the top of that, over the Easter, Christmas, the veg and the onions are really, really cheap. So I don't feel there's the need to do this. I know it might sound a bit backwards because, you know, we're building resilience, but I've got tons and tons of dehydrated onion if I need it. I don't feel I want to occupy my space in the beds with the onions, and that's that. This is the things I'm 100% not doing. What I'm 100% will be doing is definitely growing more pumpkins, because last year I had a volunteer pumpkins that did really, really well, and they're the ones I just literally cooked now to make the soup in the last lot, because they overwinter really, really well. So as for right now, right, you might have seen I've done about 70 tomato plants. So as a backup, I will be planting a couple of other ones, right? I've bought them from France, the seeds. There's Aroma and Cocktail yellow tomatoes. They're going to be going in, well, within today, tomorrow. Right, I showed this to you as well. Oh, can't remember what it was. Translate this in English, but it's basically a root vegetable, sort of ancient black root vegetables. I'm going to be giving that a go. Not, I know I said about experimenting, but this is just one thing. Okay, I'm going to do this in a pot and give that a go, because apparently meant to be really healthy. I don't know. Spinach just dropped on the floor, so I'll be doing a lot of spinach. I've got beetroot that's going to be going in, well, today. I've got some coriander. I've got some parsley. I had massive bunches of coriander and parsley last year. They self-seeded, but this year they seem to be not coming back, which is a bit puzzling. So I'm going to be doing a lot of them. We're changing the diet a bit. We're eating a lot more herbs, or aiming to anyway. And I've got some peas. I'm going to grow two types again. I'm going to do the mango peas and the normal peas. I've got them already soaking in the kitchen. I found this... it just basically speeds up the germination process. I'm growing peas as for a microgreens or pea shoots currently inside, and I'm going to be continuing doing this over the probably until the midsummer, maybe, I don't know. But nonetheless, this is something just to get me going. And then later on, I'm going to be planting the broad beans, the runner beans, and the French beans. So basically, my idea is for this year is the core things. You know, the beans that could be eaten fresh, green, that could be stored to eaten as a pulse later on. Tomatoes that did super well last year, 50 kilos. I've done soups, I've done sauces, I've dehydrated some, I've done a lot, and I expect to do the same. And then the cucumbers. I'm not doing courgettes, sorry, not courgettes, I'm not doing the aubergines. Again, I spent so much time last year doing this, that just didn't work. I've done with the fancy peppers also. I tried micro peppers, and yeah, fun, they're cute, but what do they yield us? Not really a lot. So I'm tightening it down. So I'm doing quantity over quantity, if that makes sense, right? Less stuff, but more of it. This is my main idea. So there we are, guys. This is going to be the plan for today. You can see I've got a hell of a lot to work with. Motivation is there because sun is shining for a day or maybe even two. I know it's honestly it's unheard of, but this is the point, right? And the point of encouragement to you again, I said to you, I'm doing these videos to kick you up the butt and kick me up the butt at the same time. Just do now. Just start now. Anything is better than nothing. Like we said before in the previous video, a lot of you commenting, the feeling of that impending doom, if we call it, right? It's pretty just that close, okay? And this is all we have. All we have to work with. Rather than stressing or worrying or panicking, let's do something about it. So this is me for here. I will give you an update in a minute. I'll take you to my indoor greenhouse and I'll show you my tomatoes, and just to give you an update on that. So let's go. So, right, I've done a couple of bits outside, so now let me show you what's happening inside here. Well, because it's been sunny outside, look at that temperature inside the greenhouse. It's like pushing 25 degrees. That's super, super great. I have to be careful not to overdo this here because we don't want things to grow too fast. But nonetheless, right, my microgreens, my lovely Tommies, they're left doing super great. Peppers, some have been planted on. I've got to say, right, I've got two grow lights here. I've got this one, which is like a whitish color, and the purple one. That seemed to work really, really well in strengthening the tomatoes. I've been maneuvering them about and moving them about. So they're the ones I've been under the purple light. That just seem to be, right, just that much more healthier looking. They seem to love it. Absolutely love it. So I put my smaller ones there to do their job. But this is my peas, sprouting peas for pea shoots. Look at that. How strong those seeds are. Look at that. There's a bit too much soil in there, clearly. But anyway, they're going. Another batch is going. There we are. Tommies are there. Right. More tomatoes here. And more tomatoes there. And more tomatoes there. And I'll show you the peppers. Those guys are here. And I have to maneuver them, as I said, between the lights because I only have two. I could put more, but we're coming up to like, kind of spring, summertime. I'm not sure whether they're spending more money. I don't know. But so far, it's working. It's working for me, and I'm feeling super, super hot whilst I'm here. So there we are. And this is the leftover tomatoes. I'm keeping them in there. My thoughts are, all right, those might take off because they're in the pot. If I need the backup, this is an extra backup of the second stage. And then they seeding them now. Again, that's another backup. So there we are, guys. This is my little update on the inside. So there we are, really. I'm hoping if this video just encourages like one or two of you just to kickstart yourself and get going. Things are happening. Things are happening rather fast, and it's really, really unsettling. So the best we can do is just to do the best we can do. So for me, it's going to be all systems go. I've got still to spend a lot of time, obviously, out there in the garden. You've seen it's absolutely a mess. I would almost felt like I wanted to put the camera out there. I just watch me running around digging stuff and whatever, but nobody wants to see that. Nonetheless, the point is, guys, just get going. Anything you can do, even one thing, just please, please get going. I'm trying to encourage the preparedness, resilience at a hard level. We all need this, whether some people realize this or not, but it needs to be done. So anyhow, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.